Have you ever wondered why studying and taking notes is so overwhelming? But then you see that one guy, or girl, we're all inclusive here, seem to not feel the physical torment we're all facing. Some people may say I'm being dramatic, while I may say, nuh-uh. I've always been someone who had trouble paying attention in class, especially when it comes to note-taking. I'm a slow writer, so most of the time I can only copy down half the notes on the board before the teacher asks, does anybody need more time? Hell no, I'm not asking for more time and embarrassing myself in front of Phyllis. I mean, if you're brave enough to do that, then paint me green, call me a pickle. So naturally, I discovered the most underrated study hack, and this is how I used it. Let's go back in time for a second. In 2015, the education system had a bright idea and rolled out laptops and iPads to students. I know, it only took them 200 years. Suddenly, we're in an era where every student has access to laptops and iPads to help them with their studies. But something was missing. We all use Microsoft Word or whatever the Apple has. Pages. I mean, it works. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just so limited. One of the biggest reasons why we get overwhelmed with anything is because of the visual appeal we perceive things. So to not feel overwhelmed from our studies is to eliminate that factor. Naturally, I searched online for something that can do just that. And that's when I found it. The perfect app. Google Keeps, not sponsored. Wow. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the f is that? Good question. It's a Google app that keeps you in check. Assuming you're watching this video on YouTube, chances are you already have a Google account, which means you have a Google Keeps account. To access Google Keeps, you can either click on it in your Google Apps. By the way, you can click and drag these apps around. I know, crazy. Or you can search keep.google.com, and the first thing you'll see here is night mode is now available. You're gonna want to turn that on. What if I like night mode? Look, you're all entitled to your own wrong opinions. Create a note, add a title like subscribe now or face the consequences. What are the consequences? Shh. This section is where you write your notes. But how is this any different from writing in a simple Word doc? Well, I'll tell you why. On the mobile app, you can take a photo of the whiteboard, add a title, click on the picture you just took, then the three dots in the corner, then grab image text. Click clack, Bob's your uncle, you now have all your notes typed out in seconds. You can use the same feature to transfer your handwritten notes into your Keeps as well. Another feature I use often is the voice note. As soon as you press the microphone, it will start to record your voice and type out a transcript of your recording. Organising your notes is one of the most important aspects to have to not get overwhelmed with your studies, and Keeps has all the tools you need to do this. Let me show you the main features I use to keep my notes organised. Colour coding the subjects. Not only does colour coding make it look pretty, you can actually filter your notes by colour. Here's a quiz to help you colour code. What colour is maths? Bop, 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 bop. Don't worry, there are no wrong answers. If you think it's blue, you're wrong. Shouldn't have trusted me. Now we gotta fight. At this address. These banners that I have here are probably as useless as my appendix, but if you want them, I'll chuck it into a Google Drive for you. Now, I also use Keeps to set reminders and make a simple to-do list. To do this, I changed my mind. I don't want a picture of my pelvis to be so public. To do this, you simply create a new note, toggle checkboxes, hit the bell icon, and subscribe. Please. After you hit the bell icon, you can set the date and time for your reminder. This will also add it to your Google Calendar. If you choose to pick a place instead, this will alert you by proximity when you arrive at that location. And while you're waiting for me, you might want to check out Brilliant, which is the sponsor of today's video. If you're anything like me and you need to get hands-on to truly understand something, Brilliant is exactly what you're looking for. It's a go-to platform for learning math, programming, data analysis, and even AI, with an interactive hands-on approach that really sticks. Brilliant's method, starting from the basics and building up layer by layer, is a total game changer. Every lesson is packed with exercises that feel like games, which help you dive deeper and really grasp their concepts. And the best part, Brilliant's lessons are right on your phone, so you can learn anywhere, anytime, whether you're diving into something new or just squeezing in a quick practice session. You're building skills in just minutes a day. They're constantly adding new courses too. Recently, I tried one on large language models, and it was fascinating to learn how tools like ChatGPT work. So whether you're a complete beginner or already into more advanced topics like quantum computing, Brilliant has you covered with the content tailored to your level. If you're ready to dive in, go to brilliant.org/soulsimple for a 30-day free trial and get 20% off an annual premium subscription subscription through the link in the description. Huge thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. If for some masochist reason you still want to handwrite notes, you can do that by clicking this. Please excuse the black background behind me, whitewashes me out. You see what I mean? You can barely see me anymore. Anyway, you can choose between squares, dots, rules, or I am nothing. After you've written your notes, you can actually transfer that over into text as well. Something I like to do at the end of each semester is to archive all my notes into the dark realm. Now that you know the most underrated study hack, I think you're ready for the most underrated productivity hack. Click this video now.